Hi students, we were studying function chapter. Today we will learn the last section of the same. Then we will discuss some important questions too. This is the last section in this chapter, passing mutable and immutable arguments. So we have studied mutability in standard 11. So Python supports two kinds of data types. Mutable data types and immutable data types. Mutable data types means modifiable. Or changeable, then immutable, non-modifiable. That means a mutable data type's value or a mutable variable's value can be changed after its creation, and immutable data type's value cannot be changed. So what are the mutable data types supported by Python? So they are list, dictionary and sets. Sets is not part of your syllabus, and we will see the rest, that is immutable data types. The rest of the data types are immutable data types. They are int, float, boolean, then tuple and string. Okay. Now we will see more about this mutability and immutability. Let us understand the working of variable. In Python, the data values are stored in predefined memory locations. Actually, for example, the data value 2 is stored in 1000 location. These location may vary according to the computer. Suppose data value 3 is stored at 123 location, that is the address of the memory location, and 4 in 125 location and 5 in 1260 location. And these are the addresses and these are the values. And when I declare a variable and assign a value a equal to 2. So actually what is happening? I said Python variables are not storage containers. Instead of that, they are referencing one memory location. So a equal to 2 means a is created and this a is referring the memory location 2. And if I write b equal to 4, then b will refer memory location 125 where the 4 is stored. So as a is referring memory location 1000 where the 2 is stored. And next, if I write c equal to 2, then what will happen? C will be creating, and this C is not a container which holds 2. Instead of that, C is referring the memory location where the data 2 is stored. That means C is referring to the memory location 1000. So if you have any doubt, you just pause the video and experiment the following these statement in Python interpreter. For example, if you are writing print id of A, then type print id of B, then print id of C. Please experiment the same now, then see the difference. Then you will get suppose these are the memory IDs, definitely you will get the output as, while printing this statement, you may get 1000 as the answer. Then this statement's output ID of B. B ID is 125 and ID of C. ID of C is 1000. You may get different ID, but the ID of A and ID of B will be same. Both will be same. The reason is when you are storing any value to a mutable data type or immutable data type, it is storing in a location, and that location, this variable name means that location actually. So if I write A equal to 5, then what will happen? Now, before A was pointing to the storage location where value 2 holds. Now it changed to next storage location where the value 5 holds. So if you are printing the ID of A here, it will print 1260 because now we change the value. So in mutable data types, when you are changing the value, actually its storage location is changing. Let us see the storage of mutable data type. Let me take the example of a list. Li equal to 2, 3, 5. Then in computer memory, a new list is created, and the speciality of list is it can hold more than one value with index 0, 1, 2, 3 and all. Okay. Then one Li is created, and Li is pointing to a location where the list is created in computer memory. For example, the ID of the list Li is 2000. Then Li variable, list variable is pointing to the memory location 2000. And each and every element of the list is pointing to separate locations. First, 0th element is 2. So that this will pointing to the memory location where the data value 2 is stored. That is 1000. So the content of this will be 1000. And next, the first location, the data value is 3. So this is pointing to the this location 123 location where it is held. And next location, data value is 5. So it is pointing to the memory location where the 5 is stored. It is 1260. Okay. Then let me make one modification. Li of 1 equal to 4. Okay. So Li of 1 equal to 4 case, the first location, before it was pointed to 123, and now the address may change as 125. So it will point to 125. The content is changed. The address of its internal content changed, but the ID of the list is same. Okay. In the former case, in case of immutable data types, the address will change if you change the content. In mutable data types, the address will not change. So the data value will be changing, but the address is not changing. So that is very important thing. Once again, immutable data types case, the address is changing if you are changing the value, but mutable data types, the address will not change if you are changing the value. This is an example of the same. Then one more thing connected to the list. Suppose if I am writing another list as li2 equal to 1, 2. Then li equal to li2. Then what will happen? Li is created in a particular location and li1 also may create in another location. Suppose li1 is created in at 2500 memory location and I assign the same value li2 equal to 1 and 2. I assign different value. So this li2's 0th location is pointing to the location where the value 1 calls and its next location is pointing to 2 where the value 2 is stored. This is the condition now and this is li2. See, now I assign li equal to li2. Then what will happen? The li presently li was pointed to the 2000 location. Now the address of li will change to from 2000 to 2500. Now li also may point to the 2500 location. So even if it is immutable data type, when I assign new variable to it, it will change the address of the same. So passing mutable data type to a function. X equal to 2, 3, 4. What is this? This is a list. So X is 2, 3, 4. Print before function call. So it will print before function call X. It prints 2, 3, 4. Next sample X. It pass X to the function sample. Now the value of A and X both become same. So the content of A will be 2, 3, 4. Both are pointing to the same location because this is a mutable data type. So when I made some change, A of 0 equal to A of 0 plus 1. So now X and A both are pointing to the same location actually. So when I make any change to A of 0, the changes will be reflected back to X2. So the first location becomes 3 and the again A of I equal to A of I plus 1. A of I is 3. So it just increments the same. Then it will print inside function A. Now the value inside the list, the value of list inside the function is 3, 4, 4. Then after calling function it prints after function call X. So when I am passing a mutable data type, the address is not changing so that the changes will be reflected back to the actual parameter. So the entire output will be, first it may print the value of X, that is 2, 3, 4. And inside the function it will print the changed value 3, 4, 4. And inside the main, after calling the function it will print after function call 3, 4, 4. Okay. Now down the point here, when you change the formal parameters of a mutable data type, the changes in formal parameters will be reflected back to the actual parameters. If you are passing a list to a function and when you made any change in function definition, the changes will be reflected back to the main, that is the calling program. So there is an exception in mutable data type arguments. That is, the normal case, if you are passing a mutable data type, the changes in formal parameters are reflected back to the actual parameters. But when you are assigning a new variable to a mutable data type, the changes will not be reflected back to the actual parameters. So it may be working in the same way of an immutable data type. So this could be more clear with this example. See, I assign x equal to 2, 3, 4. So the list x is pointing to the memory location of a list where we are storing 2, 3, 4. It prints before function called x. So in output screen it will print 2, 3 and 4. Next, sample x. We are passing this list to the function. Same as that of the former case. Then I declare another list here. So one more list is created, B. And now A and X both are pointing to the same list. A is pointing to this list and X is also pointing to this list because we are passing the argument. And when I assign A equal to B, then the another list is created here, that is B. B is pointing to another list with two elements 1 and 2. And when I assign the value of B to A, then A will be pointing to, now A is pointing to B. Then I am printing inside function A. So inside the function I will get the value as 1 and 2. So the total output first before the function call 2, 3, 4. Then it prints inside the function 1, 2. Then after executing the function, it will reach here, then it prints after the function called x. Now x is pointing to this memory location. So it prints 2, 3 and 4. Even though I made some changes here, by assigning another variable, that changes are not reflected back here. Because in mutable data type, if you are assigning a new variable to the formal parameters, the changes are not reflected back to the main program segment. Example to pass a tuple type of argument to a function. This is a tuple with element 8 and 9. So it will print before function called 8, 9. Then sample function. So inside the sample function, I attach another tuple with the present tuple. This is possible because we cannot add any element to a tuple directly, but we can join different tuples. Then it prints inside the function A. Now the value of A will become 8, 9, 2, 3. So it prints inside function 8, 9, 2, 3. Then it is coming back, then print after function called x. So tuple is mutable or immutable? Can you say? Yes, it is immutable data type. The changes will not be reflected back. So I made a change here, but it will not be reflected back here in the main. So it prints only 8 and 9. This is a program with a dictionary argument. Dictionary is mutable or immutable? Yes, it is mutable. So the changes are reflected back. So at the beginning x is 1, 1, 2, 2. So this is the method of inserting element or assigning value to a dictionary that we have learned before. Then next is print x. So it will print the original dictionary like 1, 1. then 2, 2. Then next statement is the function calling sample x. So it passed the value to dictionary variable a, then a of 3 equal to 3. So how can we add a new element to a dictionary? Dictionaries are key value pairs. So dictionary name within square bracket key value equal to the value of that particular key. Anyway, I attach a new element to the existing dictionary. So now my dictionary becomes 1, 1, then 2, 2. Then now I attach a new element, that is 3. So it will attach the new element with it. Okay. Then next it prints A. So it will print 1, 2, 3. Next statement is print x. After calling the function I am printing x. This is mutable data type. So the changes are reflected back. So the output will be 1, 1. That is part of the original dictionary. And next is 2. And the third element also will come because the dictionaries are mutable. The changes will be reflected back in the mean. Dear students, we have learnt about functions in this chapter. This chapter is very important and you can expect many questions at the time of board examination from this session. You please study the type A, type B, type C questions from your textbook. Thank you.